From 1 million subscribers to locked out of his own channel, we are back with another podcast featuring one of the largest Gorilla Tag YouTubers. And for everyone who doesn't know, Elliot, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? I'm Elliot VR and I make YouTube videos. So I edit videos and I make Gorilla Tag videos and I post them. And that's kind of what I do a little bit.
All right, that's cool. How long have you been doing content in general, I'd say?
Content in general? Well, I mean, that counts like all content. Like probably 11 years, but that counts my like trash videos that like I just posted.
That makes sense. I would say, if anyone who doesn't know, I'm a video editor. I started editing in 2016.
Oh my gosh. Yo, we have a word for that, bro. Nah. If we're talking about editing, like when I started learning how to make videos, I started editing in 2020. I think it was March 2020. No. I think it was February 2020.
I'd say 2020 was around the time I signed to like my first deal as an editor, where that's when I was like a full-time editor, I'd say.
You're like, oh, I'm balling now.
I kind of was. Before 2016, though, I did like graphic design in like middle school or whatever. But yup, very cool. I have a very awful Instagram page still up from that time. So I asked you how long you've been doing content for, but why VR? Of all the types of content you could do, like why would you start in VR and why Gorilla Tag?
Well, I didn't start in VR necessarily. Like I said, I had 2 years of editing before I made my first Gorilla Tag video. I kind of would just like edit like funny clips of like Minecraft or Fortnite or whatever I was playing at the time. But the problem that I realized is that I was still like new to everything, and I really felt like posting a Minecraft video was kind of like pouring water in the ocean. Like I like did nothing to change it, and obviously I'm not gonna stand out. Like I'm just a little droplet. So I kind of thought that like I just wouldn't make it. I didn't believe in myself in doing something so huge, like something that is so competitive. But I kept practicing editing and stuff because I knew like this is what I wanted to do. But I was just waiting for the right opportunity. And when I found Gorilla Tag after I got a headset for Christmas, I saw like perfect me-size gap in Gorilla Tag content. At the time, it was like Gorilla Tag content was just like probably like 4 known people, and I kind of just saw an opportunity there to go and make the type of videos I wanted to see. And it didn't feel like Minecraft, how there was a ton of people. It was just like, there's a spot here, and I kind of wanted to capitalize or whatever, take my chance on it, and it worked out, which is really nice. So
all right, that sounds very smart. Working with a lot of strategizers in the past, that's probably the best thing you could have done. But I'm so new to VR. If anyone watching, you might notice I am trying not to move because I will not be able to get back on this chair. I would like to ask you any obstacles or things specific to VR that you face, or different methods of thinking that you have to do, like you think are specific to the VR niche.
I could talk about this for like 30 minutes. We could have a separate podcast episode. But I mean, straight on, like VR itself is super, super high entry level, which means like, I mean, I don't know if I explain it to you, but it's like if you want to play Minecraft or make a Minecraft video, you download Minecraft, you download OBS Studio, or whatever you want to record with. You could get freaking CapCut for free, and you just hop on your PC and you can play with your keyboard and mouse. VR, especially high quality VR, if you want to make PC VR videos, you need a VR headset, usually one with a good microphone, so like a Valve Index, which is already $1,000, which comes with like base stations you got to set up around your room, and now it's like, that's already annoying. You need to play with the wire for all that, and then your PC has to be good enough to run it all. It's just so annoying, bro. Like doing anything in VR is like the craziest difference from just plugging in a keyboard and a mouse getting Minecraft. Like it is so irritating to have to work with it. I mean, it's worth it if you get good. It's hard. It's hard to start, and it is pretty annoying to make VR videos. Like that's just why so many people don't. Even though pretty good opportunity, it is just like a lot of people don't want to put in the work to like learn Gorilla Tag and set up everything. That's kind of what I think of first. There's a whole other side of why it's complicated as a niche for like reaching people, because Gorilla Tag does not have the best like public image. So like that's a whole other thing that you have to combat. But yeah, there's a bunch of reasons why VR is impractical, but it makes the content a little more novel, in my opinion. So
I think so. I think VR, since VR in general is pretty new to me, I've seen millions of videos. VR being new, I see it's very digestible, like just seeing the head movement and everything. That leads to my next question about what your VR setup looks like, or what is your headset and everything else. Me, I just have a headset, so even that is confusing enough for me.
So I started with my first ever video was just a Quest Quest 2. I just recorded from the headset, downloaded it to my PC, and then edited it on Premiere and then posted it. Shortly after that, like probably a year after, I bought a Valve Index. I used that for about a year and a half. Earlier this year, I switched to Big Screen Beyond 2E. I used that and 4 base stations around my room and index controllers. That's my VR setup.
That's cool. Is the big screen the one that looks like goggles? Like it's just like a small pair of goggles. That works better than the Quest?
Pretty much. It's like a visor. It works so much better than the Quest. Better than the Quest. It's preference to the Index. I think there's people who could like fairly say that they like the Index better, but for me it's more comfortable and it's so much lighter, especially for Gorilla Tag. Like your neck doesn't get tired when you use it, which for me it did on the Index. So, and the mic is great.
I would say that was the only headset I've ever been interested in. It just looks very cool. Like, and I think it's only like $900.
They say that it's I think it's $1,000 up front, but then they only sell just the headset. So if you want to get like the entire kit, it's like $1,200, which is kind of crazy. But
and then you got to get all the trackers, right, and all that.
Yeah, and that's just the headset. The base stations are separate, the controllers are separate, so it's probably like $2K. And then you need to have a PC good enough to power OLED 4K.
Oh my god! Would you say the high cost and just the amount of research you have to do just for the headset, not let alone the game itself of Gorilla Tag being hard, would you say that's a big reason why Gorilla Tag may not be as big of a niche as it could be?
Oh yeah. No, I'd say that's responsible for 60% of it. Like people that if I said their names to the camera, I'm sure some viewers would recognize, who are like, bro, put me on G-Tag. Like they're like, bro, you gotta put me on Gorilla Tag, bro, it looks sick. And then I'm like, okay, but you're gonna quit. Like I'm telling them, like people always say like, bro, tap me in. And then they just give up because they realize that it's not as easy as it looks. So they give it a try. And then after like the first hour of the game, they realize that it is not as easy as it looks. And I think that contributes like insanely to how much potential Gorilla Tag has, because there's some great creators. Like they could have really made something cool, but the fact that Gorilla Tag is kind of something that you have to like go in with the intention of spending hours learning before you can even do any of that stuff, it really limits it, because a lot of people don't have that time on their hands. They want something more automated, which is understandable. For me, I got very lucky because I genuinely was a player of the game before I was a creator. Like I did enjoy it and I learned, it's a lot easier that way. So
that leads me on to a question I was going to ask. A lot of people are saying Gorilla Tag is dying. What is your take on this?
Yeah, it is 100%. And another Axiom knows it's dying, which is why they're working on a ton of different games. And I think it kind of goes the same for creators like who make Gorilla Tag content. They are kind of setting a precedent of like they are going in other niches of video games. Like they're making a PC game, they're making a mobile game. I don't know, I can't say what else they're working on, but they're doing a lot of other stuff, and I think it kind of shows the creators what they should do next. Like there's already creators that are branching out to other forms of content, and I think that the VR market, like especially Gorilla Tag, still has its potential, but right now it's just at a very rough patch. And what AA is kind of like another Axiom is displaying is like, put your security in other things too. Like you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. And so the game is in a rough patch for sure, like the VR market is. But I think that just because of how like inherently good it is, being able to, I think it'll always have its place for certain videos, and it'll be back for sure.
So you mentioned Gorilla Tag dying and creators moving on to different niches. That sort of thing happens all the time. But I've also seen creators stick with Gorilla Tag, combining things that are trending, like a YouTuber on Gorilla Tag.
I have ADHD, and that was like 4 questions at once, but I'm gonna try to break it down. The first thing with like trending topics, I do think there is a place for those, like the channel Be Prepared. They make like horror videos, and they're really good at seeing what other people are doing in like Roblox horror, Minecraft horror, and kind of bringing it to Gorilla Tag. There was one that was like, don't scream in this Minecraft server or something, and they did don't scream in this Gorilla Tag code, and it got 30 million views. And like they do that now with like the Backrooms or like whatever's trending. I don't know, Shin Sonic, I don't know, Tung Tung So Horror Blood Tung Tung. They do that. It works because the kids like horror videos over there. Gorilla Tag brings its own movement system to it, and it makes it way more immersive than just like Minecraft or Roblox. And that's where I feel like Gorilla Tag really thrives, is in intense videos. So for stuff like Mecha Chameleon, I think if it worked well, it could be really, really cool. There's a line where Gorilla Tag can only add so much, where why wouldn't they just go watch like an actual Mecha Chameleon video? So like it has to have a kind of purpose for it to be in Gorilla Tag, you know? So I think Gorilla Tag like thrives the most with intense stuff. In terms of my editing, it's mainly just me because I'm really scared. Like I've established my style the most with myself, and it's hard to find someone I can like train. I guess I really don't like training people. I really don't. I'm not very good at it. And I also like I'm a perfectionist. And kind of combining those things and then trying to teach someone else how I edit, but it's like the weirdest editing method because no one else edits like me. It's like it's a lot. I think someone could definitely do it, but I also don't like put in enough effort to like find somebody. Anyway, yeah, the quality of my videos is above everything else. Like I think there's a lot of people who can fall to caring more about the money, you know, just maximizing the automation and making sure they can do everything super quick. But for me, like, I think if I'm not enjoying what I make and having fun with what I'm doing, then I'd just rather not do it at all. And like, I make my videos because I really love them and I feel like I should share them. But like, if I get to the point where I don't care about them at all, then I don't even think I should I don't even think I should post them. So I care about my videos more than anything else. Like the quality matters more than quantity. To me, I guess that's all I can.
No, that was a wholesome answer. Because I see like anything you produce in the world is like it's a representation of you. So it's like I'd rather have only the highest quality. It also makes you stand out from pretty much every Gorilla Tag YouTuber I've watched.
Yeah, I do think my upload schedule is very beautiful, and I think it does make me stand out as well.
Ooh, about that, there's an awkward question I have to ask. Can you talk to us about the state of your channel at this moment in time?
Oh, well, I haven't had access to it for over a month. I think it's been 34 days, and it was because right before VidCon, the convention, I wanted to trade in my phone because my phone was busted up, bro. Like the back of it was like tearing up, had like wires sticking out. You ever seen like Nightmare Bonnie? Like he has like his head. That's kind of what it looked like. So I wanted to trade in my phone. I feel like I needed to. And I went to Best Buy and traded it in. They did like the sync thing where they put your phones next to each other and then it transfers over the data, like the freaking bypasses the firewall. It's like super high tech. I mean, they reset the phone in front of me, my old phone, and then I got home, logged in to like my iPhone and all that stuff, and then I realized that my Google accounts didn't transfer, and I thought that they would. I should have checked, but they didn't transfer. So I lost the passkey to my emails, like every single email that was on there that had 2FA to my old phone. So YouTube has not responded to me and like helped me with anything in a valuable way. They just kind of like, dude, I literally emailed them and they said, it was so funny. They were like, we cannot assist you with this as the email you emailed us from is not the one you want support with. I was like, it's like, oh yeah, let me just log in and email you from it real quick. But nah, I don't have access to it. That sucks. I hope I get it back. I think I will, but it's just like, I can't believe it takes this long.
I think it's a matter of time. Dude, 3 years ago, the same thing happened to me. Much less, but at the time, my Twitter account got suspended because I switched phones.
Okay.
Yeah, keep in mind, that's how I like got work as an editor. That's how like I communicated, and that was so bad. I had to like call the Verizon store for like a week. Eventually, I went there and they fixed it, and I was like, yo, I never want a new phone again. Because yo, like I could not get any type of money without like my Twitter account. That was horrible.
Yeah, that's insane. So you were an editor?
I stopped editing like a year ago.
Oh.
Well, still edit, just, not too much.
Like I said before, I made videos. I was technically an editor too. There is actually some lore.
Some Elliot lore?
Before I made my first Gorilla Tag video, I went on YouTube and I searched up, I think this was about a month before I made my first video. And I searched up Gorilla Tag and I filtered by newest. And I found this random dude and I joined his Discord and I offered to edit a video for him. And that was the first Gorilla Tag video I ever edited as practice. Like because I wanted to just get a feel for it.
Damn, was it free?
It was free. I did it for free. I did 2 videos for him. Just thought I'd throw that out there. The videos are still up to this day. One did actually. It got like 4K views or something. Which at the time that was like I was coming for J-Man Curly's throne at the time with that. So at the time that was coming for J-Man Curly's throne.
My first videos weren't free, but they were like when it's so cheap, it's like it's disrespectful. Yeah, like it might as well be free. Like I was editing for like $10 a video every day.
Oh my days, bro.
That was so bad. After a month, I got assigned to this new gaming team. Before that, it was so and the kid would always like I have worked with so many children and like they're my boss technically, and they will yell at you and like all that and like oh my God. Or like text you random times at night, yo, please edit this, please. It is quite insane. I don't know what that kid's doing, bro. I thought it was funny at a certain point.
Dude, that sounds like you had a lot of fun editing that, bro. You remember the whole tagline.
I think a question I really would like to ask is your most viral video has 11 million views. I believe that was a year ago.
It was a year ago. Yeah, it's almost in a, what is it, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 4 months. 4 months, it'll be 2 years.
I like to ask like the whole
Which is
process behind that, like the from thumbnails, ideation, people
Yeah.
you chose to be in the video, your commentary style, editing style, just in general. Like,
So, that video was a sequel to a video that I made in March 2024. The idea was kind of inspired by Apollo. He used to do these videos where he would like make a custom map, and it was like his one specifically, it was like Apollo's mansion or whatever. It was like a Minecraft map ported to what they used for custom maps at the time in 2021. And that kind of that idea like blew up at the time, which if you could make an idea blow up in 2021, it's that type of idea that would blow up at any moment, because you're making a video for an audience that didn't exist yet. So I saw a lot of those ideas that I were inspired by. Apollo also inspired Secretly Hacked in a Team Trial, which was my first video to hit 1 million views, my first like breakout video. Anywho, so with that, I talked to my friend Majora, and he recommended like doing a manhunt video. And so I talked to my friend Sava. We got a custom map made. He made it for me. We like play tested it and built it out together. And then we did Gorilla Tech Pro versus 4 hunters. So I think I got Arlo, Mace, K9, and VMT, I think. Or no, Eric was there. So it was something like that. Yeah, you know Eric. And we did that. That one was really, really fun. And it was super rewarding. I think that one had 1 million views in 12 days, which was pretty nice. And then I wrote down the fact I wanted to do a sequel at that time. Fast forward to August. So right after I wrote down the sequel, me and Sava started working on the second map for versus 9 hunters. So that one took like about 5 months to finish.
oh,
from March to August. And in August we recorded the video. Me, K9, Majora, Maxo, Zentius, Mace, Arlo, Aiden, and VMT. I think that's everyone. The reason I chose those people specifically is because they're my real friends. And like, obviously, you know, we have good chemistry off camera, so we're gonna have good chemistry on camera. And it was also like very meticulous with the fact that Max and Majora are a duo. They're probably gonna like, you know, do their own thing in the video. And then you have Arlo and Mace, who are a duo. They'll probably be able to split up and do their own thing. So there's just a lot of people who have good chemistry in there. And they're just really nice, funny people. So that's why I chose them. The map, we recorded the video in August, and then I was editing it on and off. I finished the intro early November, which is kind of embarrassing because I didn't even touch the video till November. I recorded it in August and just procrastinated.
no, like the editing and all that.
The thumbnails were already done, by the way. The thumbnails were done probably the same week that we recorded the video. I always do the thumbnails first, like just because it's so easy compared to actually making the entire video. Like halfway through November, I'm like 3 minutes into this video, and I just get super mad. I'm like not mad at anyone specifically. I'm just like, you know, like it's about to be Christmas. I want to have this video out because it's been 3 months or so since I uploaded. And so I made a community post. I got like a whole graphic made, and I made a community post that said November 29th. And the video is like not done at all by this point. But I'm just like, if I set a deadline, I have to reach it. And so I procrastinated a bit more until that weekend, which was like, I really locked in the 26th, 27th, 28th. And then the night of the 29th at 4 a.m., I finished the video. And I think one of my biggest regrets to this day is rushing that video, because to me, like, you're always going to be critical of what you make, but I watched that back now, and I really don't like that video, to be like completely real. Like, I think it was a good foundation and a good like proof of concept for what I'm, you know, another one going forward. But I rushed it so bad that it was like there were just cuts that were very like sporadic, and I think the storytelling could have used a lot of work. Like, there could have been a bunch of more effort into the quality of it. It did great, but I really like, no matter how good something does to me, like, if I feel like I didn't give it 100%, I didn't give it 100%, you know?
That is the most ADHD thing I've heard, by the way. Procrastinating is that's all I ever did.
So, yeah, I mean, that's my most popular video. I'm working on the second one.
Part 2 of that.
The part 2. And the reason I'm so critical of the first one is because I'm making sure the part 2 is nowhere near how bad it is in my eyes. So that one, Mogs, like, anyone you ask who's seen it so far, it is just me giving that 100%. Like I said, like, I actually have tried really, really, really hard on this. It's been a year and a half now that we've been working on it, and it's been
Oh, the video. All of it
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general,
yeah.
you're saying?
all of it, as in like it took a year for the map to be done, which was really annoying because it was so much trial and error. Thumbnails are done, and I'm 14 minutes into the video right now, like editing it, and I've been editing it since December. We recorded in May though. That's the thing. I've edited the intro in December. There's so many. So I'm on a good pace for that. I want to have that out as soon as I get my channel back. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's like a good comeback video.
Definitely. It's been 3 months now, I think, since my last video, and I don't like it, but I think it'll be like worth it.
I would like to ask about, you're talking about the maps and all that. Like, do you play a part in the map making? Like, are you like visually seeing them do it? You talk about, or are you actually making the map?
I have Mapmaker. Everything in the maps is like creative directed by me. Like anything in the video that's like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but all the plans I have for the video are like my ideas. It's not like I just like give the mapper creative freedom. We kind of work together really closely on like what I want to have at the map at a certain time, the tricks I'm gonna have, the traps and whatnot. And we play test it together. Like as soon as there's something like a big change made, we always play test it, iron out everything, make sure it's all good. So yeah, I'm closely involved with everything. Like I said, like even just letting kind of something small slip under my fingers kind of like leaves a chance for it to be bad, and I don't want that at all. So I make sure everything is like as good as it can be. I try to be as involved as I can.
That's really cool. I don't see that level of passion from like many creators, like even ones I've worked with. I would like to ask again, well, if you had to start from zero, like a hypothetical question, you had to start from zero and you had to get to 1 million subscribers in a certain amount of time, let's say a year, what would you do?
Like at all? Like not even Gorilla Tag?
It can be Gorilla Tag. For this episode, let's make it Gorilla Tag. Like, would you still also prioritize the quality over quantity, your strategy behind it? You don't have to have the passion you have right now. Like, if you only just wanted 1 million subscribers, like, what would you do?
Yeah, just 1 million subs. Well, Gorilla Tag Shorts get a lot of free subscribers. Like, there's this thing called, like, subscriber bait or whatever, and for some reason the community cares, like, way too much about it, and they get really, really angry at people who do it. But it just gets you, like, free subs. I mean, everyone knows it's a vanity metric at the end of the day. It doesn't really do anything. Like, you pass 1,000 subs, that's monetization. That's all that matters. Like, nothing else it's a roleplay number.
That's the beginning method.
But 1 million subs, the easy way, I would say, just spam those like shorts. Like that's 3 million subs. There's tons of people who have 1 million subs from just shorts, and then you say their name. You're like super involved in the Gorilla Tech community. It's so funny, and you'll just see someone with 1 million subs that you never heard of.
Bro, that's like Overwatch 2 when they play on 66 instead of 5v5.
That is so niche. Yeah.
What kind of content would be on the shorts though?
Well, it varies, but like tons of methods they use. Like I think the funniest one was like during the Backrooms movie was trending. They're like, "You're in the Backrooms," or no, it's like, "Your mom is in the Backrooms, and if you scroll, she gets eaten by a monster and dies. But if you like and subscribe, a helicopter comes, picks her up, and you get $1 million." And I'm not even kidding. It works. It's tech. It's actually tech. They just do that like with a bunch of different packaging. That, and then also just like, I mean, it's shorts, like just like kind of the lowest quality, but like there's like a level to it, like a bar. Like there's also like Gorilla Tag, but if I touch the color, Gorilla Tag butt is a good one. Like Gorilla Tag butt something. Just really anything to be like broad, like as broad as you can be with Gorilla Tag. That's kind of the general ideas of it.
Oh yeah. What was your most recent video about? I watched it, but I don't think this episode people have.
It was I had a sleepover in Gorilla Tag 2.
Is it from the VR chat niche that's happening? Like there's a VR chat trend kind of sleeping worlds I saw. I was like, okay.
No, so 2 years ago I had a sleepover in Gorilla Tag, and that was one of my most like cherished videos. Like my audience really liked it. And they wanted a part 2, and since like, I mean, it's a super easy video for me to make. I made another one this year, and it was really, really fun. The video itself could have used a lot of work, but I wanted to get something out just for in the meantime, and it was fun. It was a fun video, so.
Technically. Oh, yeah, because we got So you keep mentioning, like, on a lot of your videos, you, like, mention how you don't like how you did it, how it came, or, for whatever reason. What would be your favorite video? Like, not most viewed or anything, just a video you're, like, genuinely proud of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard as a creator to not watch your video back and then, like, realize something. But I think the video I'm the least critical of, I have a few, because I can't pick one, to be honest. But I would say I really liked the cheating against the owner video. That one was really, really fun. It was like to finish that video, I did a 19-hour marathon, like just straight editing. That was really fun. I really did enjoy making that video. Lemming was super duper nice, and it was like, you know, it's a once in a lifetime thing, like lucky video that I got to make. I like that one. I really liked what was it? Exposing pros who secretly cheat.
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
That one's also one of those things that like no one else can do. You know, I got really lucky. I kind of just do this thing where I like shoot shots in another Axiom's DMs. I'm like, I have this idea. 99% of the time they say no, but there's that 1% in that video, and the Lemming one was that like 1% where they said we can make something happen. So they like let me ban people. That was really fun. I really liked doing the storytelling for that. I think that video, one of my main critiques of that is that it could have been longer by a lot. Like I could have made it way longer, but I was honestly just tired of it. Like that video was so much footage, and I just wanted to post it. So I mean, I hate to bring it up, but I think just the next one. Like that's the most proud I've ever been.
The unreleased content. Hell yeah.
So I really like those three.
And they've all had the friends you mentioned before, the IRL friends, that they also play VR chat and do YouTube. Or not VR chat, Gorilla Tag.
Yeah. They most of my videos have my friends, yeah. The exposing pros who secretly cheat one didn't. Yeah, whenever I need my friends, they're always there for me. So
that's good. And do they do YouTube as well? The more close friends?
Yeah. The only ones that like I can't even think of any that don't. No, most of them are YouTubers.
Oh, that sounds like extremely beneficial. Like, how would you amount that to like your long-term success? Like, you know, you can always rely on videos.
I would say, yeah, it is very important. Having that environment since like day one, like I immediately started making friends who made Gorilla Tech videos as soon as I started making them. Like the first friends I can remember is Arlo, Zentius, K9, Aiden. I mean, those four, like those are who we really started with. But it's kind of just expanded, like as we all got to know each other. We've created a very tight-knit like friend group, and we all help each other with stuff, and that is really beneficial. Like my videos don't go posted without like at least like 12 revisions from other people. I screen share them to like so many people to make sure like it feels good, because you know when you're editing something, you get used to it, and especially if it's something that's like intense, you can't tell the vibe anymore. So it's good to have a fresh set of eyes. But yeah, it is extremely beneficial. It's hard to like know where I would be without them. I will say in 2024, when I was on some like crazy run, early 2024, it was really good because it was like universal. And whenever you have a friend group that is constantly working and you're all like striving for the same thing, it like creates a really good environment. We haven't had that since then, but like me and VMT and Arlo and K9 and Mace and Zentius, like all at the same time, we're working together and creating videos. And it was good because it creates like a friendly competition. And yeah, that was great. I can credit most of my like consistency in 2024 to VMT, if I'm being honest. Like I would get on my PC every day, and I told him to, like I told him to, but he would get like so annoying. Like he would be like, are you editing? 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 Every like 5 minutes of the day. And I would genuinely be so mad that I would start editing. Yeah, I mean, the having that environment is so important as a creator. I kind of like there's so much I could go into with my friends. I'm very grateful. But
yeah, like there's not a lot of creators that say they have that luxury. I had something sort of like that, not, you know, nothing with content, but friends always push you can always bounce back video ideas, see what they're doing.
Exactly.
So you've been doing content for quite a bit. When did you, like, was there a certain event or a video or anything that that happened that made you feel like I'm a YouTuber now, you know, like I'm a content creator now?
I think so my first video I ever posted was Little Kid Voice Rolling and Gorilla Tag.
Okay.
At the time, no one had done that yet, and that was just something I was like, it was kind of like a hidden talent I had. I thought I could make a video funny and build like a story. So I did that video. I let it sit. I didn't even check on it, and then I logged into the account, and it had 20,000 views in a month. And that, I mean, at that point, I was just like, okay, this is crazy. I mean, this is, I think, before Shorts existed. So like, you know, there's pretty insane to me to see 20K views.
That's pretty cool.
On my first video. So I made another Kid Voice Rolling video. It did a little bit better. And then I made playing Gorilla Tag with my dad. and I like opened a Discord. My first video, I started a Discord server, by the way. And once I posted this dad video, and it got 50K views in a day. And it was like when you search up Gorilla Tag, it was the first thing, and this is my third video. And once people started joining my Discord server and like saying they liked my videos and like they're like a fan, like that word still is gross to me. They started saying like they really enjoyed my stuff, and that was like when I started feeling like okay, like there's like a demand for my videos now. Like this is like something I could actually like continue making. And that was around the same time I hit 4,000 watch hours just from that one video, and I got monetized, and I had to tell my parents about my channel, and then like yeah.
On the third video you got monetized. That's pretty crazy. And Gorilla Tag's gotta be like pretty, like the community's gotta be pretty good for all that happening after 3 videos. Like you do that on Fortnite, that's not happening.
Yeah, at the time it didn't. I mean, at the time I think the community was there was not a lot of content that was new. I mean, to this day there still isn't, which is why so many people who come in and do something new stand out so much. But especially back then, there was just like J-Man, a little bit of VMT, Apollo was doing his thing, but those were like the only 3 you heard of back then, even for like a year. Like no one else came up out of that. Maybe Syrup the Gorilla, but Turbo Alligator was one of them too. But it was very, very small. Like the big 6 that you would think of, it was 6 people. Like it was no one was just coming up and making videos. Everyone who wanted to make videos made videos like everybody else, and then they didn't stand out as an effect of that. Yeah, the community was just very hungry then. I think it is now still also just for something new, but like yeah, 50K back then, I can accommodate to that, to just like being unique, and I made something that I liked and I thought other people would enjoy too. So
yeah, that stretch of videos reminds me of like, you know, like the old Xbox days of Call of Duty. Like, all right, Elliot, we've already touched on this, but I'd like a more direct question to this. What do you think makes you stand out, like your videos? I think it's the editing and the storytelling around it.
I think what makes my videos stand out is the mindset behind them, and it's just the fact that I really, really do care about what I make. And try not to fly out of the couch here. And I really like what I make, and I think that that's what makes me stand out. I mean, I make the things that I want to make. I love making, unique in its own way. And I mean, the editing can be part of that. Personality, pacing, structure, packaging, like everything is just the way that I like it. And it's my thing, so that's why.
That's a real YouTuber. That's like a real content creator like mindset.
I appreciate that, bro. Just spinning.
Just spinning, bro. So, as I was just trying to spin, I thought of a question that I would like to know. How long did it take you to start moving normally in this Gorilla Tag game? Like, confidently.
So I started on this January 10th, 2025. Not 2025. I started December 2021, December 25th. But I quit right after because I realized it was hard. But then I came back on January 10th, and I locked in. It probably took me about 3 days to learn how to do like wall climbing, like to like fully like be taught and figure out how to do like climbing between the walls. I picked up pinch climbing like in the first hour, like most people do. Wall jumping took me about like 4 hours of constantly trying, and then wall climbing was just like a grind of trying to find like the right teacher in a public lobby. But then I did eventually, and what worked for me was he told me like pretend you're an angel flapping your wings, and that was how I learned wall jumping. And then it was like pretend you're playing like your Frozone and you're, you know, using his thing. And then it was also one that helped me the most was like move your hips. And so originally to learn wall climbing, originally like it helped me to move my entire body to like get the movement down, and then I didn't have to anymore once I learned it. But that was a rough like probably a week or two to just like figure out how to move the bare minimum, you know. You get a lot faster as it goes on, but it was rough, bro.
Do you think viewers like to watch, part of the reason they watch is because they're good at the movement, because they're not as good as it, like as you know what I mean?
I think in some degree. I'm not the greatest Gorilla Tag player out there. I wouldn't even consider myself like a semi-pro. Pretty okay. But I mean, I'm above average. I'm just not like goated. I'm not like I think it's a reason for certain videos Gorilla Tag viewers can watch and kind of just like maybe be amazed by how much better I am or something. But I mean, the truth is, like, if I was making videos for just Gorilla Tag viewers, it would probably only get like 100K views. Now it would probably get like, because it's just so dead. But like for like the like I was saying earlier, like people that watch my videos that have never played the game think it looks a lot easier than it is in reality when you do play it, and that's why I practice so much and get so good, because if I looked bad, then like it, it kind of ruins the video. So I'm good for those players, or for those viewers mainly, just so there's no, like, I guess, interruptions by how horrible I am at the game. But for the normal viewers, like, they know that I'm not like insane at the game. I'm just like a little bit. I'm good enough. I'm better than good enough. I'm just not insane,
I could see that. Like, you're moving around doing a video and you do what I do and you just get stuck like this.
Yeah, no, that would suck. You know who does do that?
So not a certain Eric that the viewers may know?
No,
Oh,
he's not as bad as me.
So you were saying pro. Like, I did not know there were pros in this game. Like, is there a professional league? Like, are they making money or something? Like what's a pro? Oh, really?
There's a few leagues. There's actually a ton of leagues. They make like leagues for random stuff. But the main two are CGT, Comp Gorilla Tag, and GTC, Gorilla Tag Competitive. CGT has been around for as long as Gorilla Tag has. Like, I think within the first week of Gorilla Tag, they created a competitive league. Or I could be wrong. It was within the first month. And there's a huge competitive scene, like, because the game is very, very, very competitive. And there's a pretty high, like there's a lot of things you can learn and a lot of things that you can pioneer, like, especially with skill. Like, there's tons of stuff that people don't utilize enough in like normal games, that there's a ton of players who like take advantage of kind of niche skills and create their own little things, which is why like there are skills named after players. Actually, the only one I can think of is the Lucio run, but the Lucio run is one of them. Yeah, like his name was the Overwatch character.
Oh, I was about to say.
So there's the Lucio run, and it's kind of just like the competitive scene is a group of players who really care the most about, like, in my opinion, because they know like what makes it fun. They know the most about the movement, and that is like at the end of the day like the foundation of what makes the videos so good, is like the movement is what makes it separate from everything else. So for like a month I was in TTT, one of the best teams in Gorilla Tag. Is a CGT team, or it is a CGT team that's been around for a really long time as well. Did you see TTT Pig when you were researching? Doesn't play comp anymore, but he's pretty, like, he used to be cracked at the game. And I was in that team for about a month, and I trained for as hard as I could for 7 days, and I, like, was in my prime. Like, I got, like, the best I'd ever been. Obviously, still nowhere near, like, insane. And then I played, like, 2 scrims, and I realized I was not good out for this. I don't play.
You said a scrim? Like,
yeah. It's a lot to get into, but there's scrims, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 3v. I thought this, like, you're talking about competitive. It's still a shock, but I thought it was just speedrunning. Is there something? It's not just speedrunning?
No. There's nothing to speedrun.
Like a speedrunning, like a map or something. Like, who has better movement to go faster.
Yeah,
what are you doing? Like search and destroy or something?
Oh yeah, they race. Yeah, there's racing, but no. So it's infection. It's Gorilla Tag. So
because big brain.
It's 4v4. Usually it's 4v4, and there's tagged monkeys, untagged monkeys, and you rotate out pretty much. Like, your team will be tagged for 1 round. The other team are runners, and they run. However long they last is the time you have to beat, and so whoever has the best time wins the point. And then they go up to like 5 or 3 or 10 or whatever, 20, 40, 100, I don't know. They go up to whatever they want, and whichever team wins gets the bragging rights. That's Gorilla Tech Comp. But I am not anywhere near pro level, high pro level, so I realized immediately that I am not doing all that, because I already have 2,000 hours in the game, and these people have like double that, and it's just like, I'll be playing and I'm just like standing on the ground just looking at them. Like, it's just like, there's just no way. Like, I have 2,000 hours and these guys are just insane.
Yeah, I thought I had a lot of hours.
So I stick to making videos. I'm good enough for what I want to do.
No, that tag thing, I had like the biggest like light bulb moment. that's what the game was made for, right? I feel like it's so different now. Like, I didn't even consider that to be part of the game, even though it's in the name. Like, I feel like the game has definitely changed. Would you say it's changed, like, from a more tag based fun game to like this game's more like of a hub to me? Like, for an outsider's perspective, it's like more of just a hub to like have fun and do whatever, and the content never really is about tag.
Well, I mean, the content is always about tag.
It is
most of the time. There are a few exceptions. Well, it's infection, so like,
not like competitive tag, I mean, like,
no, there's not many comp tag videos out there, just because like it's not even a very big league, like it's not like a huge part of the audience. But yeah, it has definitely changed. The game used to just be one guy developing it when it first came out, and so it was just the forest map, and all it had was infection. I think for a while they were doing good, like adding on to that basis and kind of like creating like an environment that feels like it belongs. But recently it has been like they did a ton of maps that nobody plays, and then like a lot of things that kind of clash with the styles. Like there's cosmetics that if you like put them next to each other, they look like they're out of two different games. And they kind of have just like lost the plot and kind of keeping Guerrilla World like Guerrilla World instead of like tons of different weird little things that it doesn't really feel like it fits at all. I would say it's changed. For a while it was good. Now it's definitely changed for the worst. I think everyone would agree. Like I'm not even trying to exaggerate or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot that could be improved. But the last I know they were working on it. The game has definitely changed. Infection is still the most popular thing. Infection Forest is still the most popular thing. It will continue to be. I mean, that's just literally like probably the pinnacle of the thing you can make with the movement. And I think it, like, with content, like, just getting started when it comes to how much you can make off of infection and tag and stuff like that.
This game came out in 2024, right? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were, like, very, like, right when the game came out, you were kind of doing it 3 years after that, right? Like, you were, like, you made content, like, 3 years after the game came out. Oh, but your first video on your channel right now is... Oh, okay.
My first video on my channel is March 2022.
All right, and that's the voice trolling, right? You know, I did my research, but 4 years ago does not sound like it was, like, that long ago. It's pretty crazy.
No, a lot has happened, bro. It feels like if I could probably... 4 years has felt like it has actually been just, like, the most insane... It's crazy, bro. It's actually insane. But, I mean, it's been a huge growing process, learning... You know, just figuring things out. And it's crazy how fast time goes, too. Like, it's scary. It's really scary. Like, I still remember the night I edited my first video. Like, very, very, very vividly.
I used to edit on a MacBook Air. I was like poopy.
Whoa.
And the space bar was broken. So to do
Ooh,
space, oh my god.
You had
I
to,
don't
like,
even
click the
know what I
middle?
had.
You had to, like, click the middle?
I used to, but then when I kept doing that, it eventually completely broke. So I had to... Oh, I remember what
Copy
I
and
had to
paste
do.
it.
Yeah. For like 3 months, and I got
That's
signed
insane.
to something. Bought a PC
That's
immediately.
insane.
But you were talking about the like the devs. That happens in every game. Like people think the devs
Yeah.
lost the plot or making questionable decisions. And you're talking
Yeah.
about how you think grill tags die and all that. And I assume that's one of the big reasons. You didn't mention that before, but I'm assuming that's like one of the bigger reasons.
Yeah. The developers, I guess, not caring enough about what the community knows. Like they really just choose what they think is right, which obviously has not gotten them very far. So it's kind of ironic to me, but yeah, they just don't care enough, really. It's at the end of the day, they're not as passionate as we are, and we are. I mean, we're not. It's not like they have to listen to us, so they get paid to do this, so it's not like it's, you know, it's work. It's the weekend. Like, it's not like us where we're working on the weekends. We care about the game. Whatever the game's public image looks like harms our videos. Like, they don't care about all that. They get paid. It's really not that deep. I used to care a ton about the game and making it better, but seeing how much they don't has kind of made me realize that I should not have to worry about that. Like, I'm a kid and I don't care. I really should not worry about it as much as I do.
Do you think they're like trying to move it in another direction with the new map thing you were talking about, like how they're making a bunch of maps no one cares about? Like, you think you're trying to move out of the infection part, or?
Well, I don't think they like can. Like, it'll always mog. I think the best chance they have for creating another community of players, though, is VSTUMP, which they're actively working on after we begged them, which is really nice that they're doing stuff for it now. I think the more direction they would like to go, just because it's the best for them marketing wise, is like they want to create a real branding with the monkey. Yeah. They want it, the monkey. They call it the monkey. You can't say monkey or they get mad. They want the monkey to be its own like sole branding that is recognized by a ton of people. And I think it's cool. I think it's smart because, you know, they like the VR market's down. They're experimenting with other games and more ways to bring Gorilla Tag to other places. And so having that very recognizable character is good for them, like in every way for advertising and stuff like that. I have opinions on it, but I do think it is a smart decision, even though I might have my critiques. The game itself though is very like they're very due for some sort of like removing all the bloat that they said they would remove. Other than that, like I think once they get VSTUMP up and running, it's in a pretty good spot if they remove a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's basically like Fortnite UGC but in Gorilla Tag. So how I make my custom maps for my videos, it's a map over there that you can load into, and then you can load people's maps. And you can upload a map and people can play your map. The problem with it was like they did not do enough ironing out when they launched it, like they do with mostly everything they make. And so it flopped pretty hard, at least like by now. And so it missed a lot of the opportunity for things like monetization and having a sustained community because of that. Like having monetization would have brought in a lot of mappers and a lot of people who would have actually cared about it. But since the maps were just like made for ego points, it died out pretty quickly. So they're working on that now because they were convinced of the potential by a lot of people. So they're working on like monetization and how to kind of make it flourishing. Because I do think if Gorilla Tag is going to be stagnant for a while they focus on other stuff and like there's not that many more updates to make, you can only add so much to this game after 5 years.
Then you gotta leave it to the players.
That VSTUMP is the best bet. Exactly, the VSTUMP is the best bet for creating something long term and like allowing more new content to be added to the game without it inflating this little area. I think that's a good idea for them.
Oh yeah. So I assume you're hopeful for the possible content ideas, and do you think that would revive the YouTube community? Like what's a video you think could be done? Like a video idea that could be done from the UGC being created, like trying out random people's maps or something like that.
There's a few videos that have done really good like that. I think most of it is in the packaging. Like there was one Majora video, or no, it was a Maxa video, and it was like playing scary custom apps. That video did really well. And that was like when the feature was kind of new. But I think those videos could have already been made, like the VSTUMP playing maps, because maps already exist. But I think the content now will be in what the maps actually are. So when if there's monetization, then really talented people are motivated to come and create something that is an actual experience that can be long enough and entertaining enough for a full length video. And that'll be like where the videos can be made in VSTUMP.
That's actually pretty cool. Because I'm surprised that wasn't like, already a thing. Like the map we're in now, like this is like a private map. You have to like enter a code, right? It's like not to the public. Anyone can join or something. That's the difference, right, between UGC or VSTUMP and that.
Well, VSTUMP has public lobbies too, but you can just private. There's codes, and then there's maps. It's like they're separate.
I've asked you a lot of questions this episode. I'm wondering if you have any questions to me or anything you'd like to talk to me or the audience about.
Who is the most famous person you've ever edited for?
My gut would say Sam and Colby. Very cool guy. I forgot who is the brother with brown hair?
Colby, I think. I don't know. Colby just sounds like he'd have brown hair. I don't know if that's him, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He complimented me the most. I only did like one or two videos, but he complimented me the most. Pretty cool guy. Shout out Colby. That would probably be my biggest, like Jesser. I don't even know if Jesser's
yeah. Nah, he has motion. I know Jesser. Basketball, right?
And the FaZe boys. FaZe Jarvis.
The FaZe boys? The FaZe boys? Oh, FaZe Jarvis. Bro, he got banned for Fortnite. Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah. He was like one of my first people that before, actually. Unban him, bro. Unban Jarvis?
He did. I'm pretty sure he did. Can
you do a phase up for the camera? Phase up? It's like a phase up. That's pretty close. I got High Sky too. FaZe High Sky. Who else besides High Sky? Oh, I worked for FaZe Clan themselves. Got hired but didn't do any work. Yeah, they hired like 10 editors and like only 2 of them did work.
Wait, so did you have FaZe in your name at some point?
No. I was a freelancer. Like,
oh, dang it. You missed out on the motion.
Missed out on the motion, bro. I did have in my bio at one point, like, worked with, and I put the spam.
Yo, no, that's hard.
It was pretty cool on Twitter. I had the most
Yeah,
on Twitter
yeah.
for a bit. And Cypher PK is one of them.
Dude, that's my brother.
Yeah, I thought that guy was cool.
He's my brother, by the way. You know, he was actually inspired by one of my videos, and I was inspired by one of his. his.
Really, let's talk about that.
In 2024, I made a video called "I Bought a Million Shiny Rocks." And I needed a thumbnail idea, and I looked it up, and I saw Cypher PK bought 1,000,000 V-Bucks, and I screenshotted his thumbnail, and we recreated it in Gorilla Tag. I was like really scared that he would see it, and I kind of felt bad because it was like a little like I don't know if it was considered ripping it off. But then like 8 months later, I posted my manhunt, and then like a month after that, he posted this, like he did the same thing I did. He recreated my thumbnail, but in Fortnite, and then it was like the coolest thing ever because now we're equal. So now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, he like saw you and was like I'm one-upping him, bro.
And it was, dude, it was so sick. It was such an honor to see that. And he like credited me in the description. And he like the intro was inspired by me. And it was super I was super honored. It was really cool. We actually met in 2023 at VidCon. So
wow.
So it was, the whole thing was funny because it was like, you know, we took a picture together and he didn't even know that both of us would take each other's videos in the picture. It's funny.
Yeah, he has a great team behind him. I worked for his company, Oni Studios, and great team. Like working for them, it was like a group of 4 people in a Zoom call working on like the edit I did, like feedback, how we can do better. Like it was a very cool experience because working with companies and working with creators, 2 very different things. And I worked for 4 different companies, and that company, Oni Studios, Cypher's company, was probably I learned the most from them for sure. Very good team. I think Jack is his right hand man. Shout out to Jack, very smart guy. Yeah, give me a coffee, bro. Give me the invisible coffee. You got it? The camera be knowing I'm drinking invisible coffee. We're off the rails, as you can see. There is a skill gap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for our guest, Elliot VR of Gorilla Tag? We'll see you next week.